Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. You are watching Quest Convo, where we talk the culture because we are the culture. I'm your favorite hip hop connoisseur, Drew Soulquest.
And it's the big dog, Von Shula, in the building.
Yo. So yeah, man, as usual, we want to thank everyone for watching. We want to thank everybody supporting. We've been getting mad love. We're going to continue to keep it going. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you hit them comments, make sure you hit the notification bell so you are aware when we drop all this dopeness. We drop every Friday at 11 a.m. brand new episodes on culture73.com. You can also watch it on YouTube. And if you can't watch us, you can put on them headphones, pop in them AirPods, and listen to us on Spotify podcasts or on Apple Podcasts. And do not forget about dopeshiphoptees.com. I don't know what part of the country you're in, but weather is starting to change. Hoodie season is upon us. So definitely check us out, dopeshiphoptees.com. They are tees and hoodies made for cool people that love hip hop culture, and they are created by cool people that love hip hop culture. You can still use the promo code I love hip hop and get 20% off all your purchases. So definitely get familiar with dopeshiphoptees.com.
We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December.
If y'all are familiar with Quest Convo, if you're familiar with culture73.com, the platform we stand on, we are trying to bring back the balance to hip hop culture in media. We have a saying here: the dopest artists most of the time, unfortunately, are the ones that are not a household name that you are just super familiar with. And we trying to shed light on all of that because we're very diverse with hip hop. We're very diverse in the rap culture. We listen to everything and we love everything, but it's a lot of super dope artists, way better, way more impactful than the motherfuckers you hear on the radio. And a lot of times they just don't have that shine. So that's one of the things that we do here. And today, it ain't no different. Anytime you see artists that we interview up here, these are artists that we truly fuck with. These are artists that truly we feel are moving the culture forward. Let me just get right into it, man. Rita, how are you feeling?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for being here with us. We are super excited to have you here. You know you the first woman that we've interviewed on Quest Convo.
Really?
Yeah,
Breaking new ground.
Just for you.
Oh.
Want to make it real special. You're the first woman we've had on here.
Wow, it's an honor.
Yeah, yes it is. We had to put some estrogen up in here today. Help balance it out.
Balance it out. Exactly. Wonderful.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Definitely, man. We're so happy to have you here. So yeah, man, we just gonna get right into it. That's why you're here today. We want to get people that aren't familiar with you and the Quest Convo community familiar.
Rita J.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, forgive me. I'm fucking
It's all good. Rita J.
Right. Rita J.
I'm from the south side of Chicago. I started off like writing poetry back in my college days. I went to SIUC, and that evolved into rhyming. And then I got affiliated with a crew in Chicago called All Natural. And that's where I kind of got my start, got my feet wet. They had their own record label and whatnot. And they're also a group, a MC and a DJ. And so I just started to, like make music with them and then eventually do a solo album. So I have 3 to date solo projects. And then I've always collaborated through the years. I'm an MC, and I've been influenced from the pioneers, from back in the 80s and whatnot. So I'm here. I'm still here.
Definitely. Yes, you are doing your thing. Um, and I just got a real simple question for you. Why is your music so good? Why are you so hip hop? I love it.
I thank you. I don't know. I just, I have good taste. I like to think I have good taste in music. And so over the years, like I said, I've been listening to, our greats, and I'm like a hip hop purist, at heart. So I just take, I take my music seriously. And so I'm not just putting out, just any old thing just to say I'm putting something out. So it takes time to really make it what I want it to be. And so yeah, I'm glad that you like it, and I'm glad that people are vibing with the music.
Definitely, definitely. So, is this something that you kind of always knew you wanted to be an artist, even as a young child, or like did you have like a moment that sparked where it's like this is what I want to do, or to tell me a little bit about that?
So, as a youngster, I was just always involved in creative activities, even just from like using my hands with arts and crafts. I was in the Girl Scouts. I was on, like the volleyball team. I used to tap dance and dance jazz. And I've always just been involved in performing arts. I've done a little acting, been in a few plays, and things of that nature. But the rapping didn't really. Like I didn't really take it seriously as like this is what something I'm gonna really do until probably college. Now I do remember like in junior high, I was just like, writing other people's lyrics down and memorizing, lyrics to Common and, MC Light and things of that nature. But when I got in college, that's when I decided like, I want to participate in this way, and I can contribute, to the culture. And so I just decided to stick with it.
Okay, it definitely worked out for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, and I hear people use it in different ways, but at the end of the day, like hip hop is the actual culture, and rapping is what we do. And I always say it's a small amount of people that are put into that MC category, and you are definitely one of them. Like when I listen to you and I hear your music, to me, like you are in the same gene pool as like you speak on, and like you said with the greats. When I hear you, I feel like it's Light and Jean Grey and Bahamadia and Queen Latifah, Lauren Hill. You know what I mean? That's you are definitely in the same gene pool of them. So you are in good company for sure.
I appreciate that seriously, because those are some of my favorites. And like I said, I just, have been an avid listener and studied the craft. So I appreciate that.
Okay, definitely.
Who would you say is the most inspirational to you out of all those young ladies? Who do you think probably you would say you owe your maybe not owe, but who you model yourself after the most?
I was heavily influenced by MC Light, I would say. And then like Queen Latifah. I actually got to meet MC Light, I think in like 2014 or 15. I actually opened up for her at one of her listening parties, and I got to interview her. So that was like a complete, like just mind-blowing experience. And
Mm.
it was an honor to be able to do that. And I let her know that she was my idol growing up, and she was a huge influence on me. But I mean, all of them collectively, like even from like Ladybug Mecca, like you said, Bahamadia, Jean Grey. I've done shows with Jean Grey as well, and they're just females that have stood out to me throughout the years that I look up to.
In a former life, I was an artist myself. So, between my experiences with that, being in media, obviously dealing with multiple artists and things, the music business is cutthroat as hell. It can be janky as hell. It's hard to make it and all that stuff. So I can imagine, like, speak on how much, or how hard is it as a woman to navigate through the industry and really get a fair shake and all that. Like, speak on that a little bit. Some of your experiences.
Yep. So I have a little experience in like mass communications, media arts. I have my bachelor's degree in that. So I was kind of like, like more on the inside and more on the behind the scenes tip. Like I remember even taking like engineering classes. I thought I would go that route. But again, I'm a personality. I like to perform. I like to be on stage. So I just kind of, can do both. I can do many things. I'm a Virgo. I multitask. But I wouldn't say it was necessarily harder than it was supposed to be. I mean, everybody's going to hit, snags and bumps along the way, especially being an independent artist. But what made it easy for me, or easier for me, was getting started with a label and a group that already had their stuff together. Like, so I had a very solid platform to launch from. And then over time, they pretty much kind of like disbanded, and they're not active. And so I just took it upon myself to keep it going and meet people on my own and make my own connections. And it's really about relationships and building solid relationships and getting things done. So of course, as a female, people don't take you seriously. Like back when I was starting, it just, people just, it was just like, oh, you rap, like whatever. But then it's like when they see me in action, they're like, oh, you rap, like you rap.
Right. Hell yeah.
So it's like, I get my respect eventually, but just off the top, people are, may not really get it, or they think I sing or something or whatever, which is fine. I don't take it, any kind of way, but it's just like, I do want to be respected for my pen, at the end of the day. So, I've had my bumps, nothing like crazy that, I could share, but just like, I would say being not taken as seriously, like as a guy, or just like maybe, not given maybe the same, opportunities.
Okay. I feel you on that. And I see you, Virgo gang. I'm a Virgo as well.
Oh, power.
Hell yeah, all day. Mine September 5th,
Okay, I'm the ninth.
the
That's what's
ninth. Okay.
up.
Look at him, whatever. Nigga Virgo nigga. We the coolest people in this motherfucker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All day, all
Ashula,
day.
what are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, word up. You an earth sign. You rock
Yeah,
with it.
so yeah, down to earth. So we the best sign, but I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Hey, y'all know.
Y'all got me beat on the numbers, so I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Yeah. And also you said you got your bachelor's in mass communications. Now I went to, so I'm from Gary, Indiana. So
Oh, yeah.
that's, I stayed in Chicago. Chicago's like second home. I mess with them all the time. So back in the day, I actually went to the Illinois Center of Broadcasting.
What? You was serious.
Yes. So I got my little, even if you want to call that a degree from them or whatever, my little certificate or whatever. But from
Yeah.
there, for a while, I actually worked in promotions at WGCI, and that was kind of like my little beginning. I was still an artist, but that was kind of like my little beginning and stuff. So,
Right. And so I just real quick, like for you, like doing what you do now, do you feel like, like that helped you become who you are today? Or like would you say like how beneficial was that background, for you?
uh, I feel it was beneficial for a few reasons. For one, just I'll start at top with the networking aspect of it. I mean, being in promotions, we run all the little events, and you meeting all kind of people. You meeting artists, you meeting producers, promoters. So it really helped me on the networking end of things, and it gave me a small look into what the industry really is and what it really takes and things you got to kind of maneuver through. So it was definitely beneficial. The artists and the media thing, it kind of go hand in hand. That's
Mhm.
why you kind of see a lot of rappers kind of either they done with it for whatever reason, they kind of transition into that media space because it's a comfortable space. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, we're communicators,
Yeah,
really, so.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've been saying this for the past few years now. Women are running the rap game right now. Y'all just is. Even through the times of back in the day with Latifah and Light and all them, they were respected and they did their thing, but I don't feel it was just a super, what can I say, like a dominating run like how it is now. I mean, y'all are running shit on the radio. The women are the better rappers these days, just bottom line. And I know that pisses a lot of people off when I say that, but it just is what it is. Like I listen to some female rappers and I'm like, y'all are the niggas that's rapping. They singing and yodeling and auto tuning and all this shit. And the women are spitting these bars, like straight up rapping, no gimmicks, no bullshit, just straight up, just barring it up. So, like, how do you feel about that right now? And how do you feel about the way women are represented in hip hop right now?
So I love the fact that women have finally, gotten their fair share, like they're pushing through. But I am a little disappointed in that, most of it is ratchet and over sexualized. There still needs to be a balance within that. Like we can have those, women doing that, but like not everybody. Like, why is it that now that we do get the shot, that's all they're pushing? Like, are they gonna push a Rita J as much as they pushing a Glorilla or whoever else is hot? You know what I mean? So it's like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? But other than that, I think that it's about time, you know what I mean, to just give us our platform, give us a little shine. But at the same time, I know some females that got bars on bars on bars and they still under the radar. So what's good with that?
I 1000% agree with you.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, women are running it. Y'all getting all the shine, but it's like as far as the big labels and the machines, like that's all y'all really pushing. Like it's the same look, the the BBL body. I'm the best. This I got the wettest. This I'm the best. I'm the sex goddess. All that, and like you said, it's just about balance. That, like, when I said at the beginning of the show, just hip hop as a whole, the rap game as a whole, it got to be balanced. Like I said, there's because that's life. You know what I mean? It's positive, it's negative, it's good and bad. I could be the most righteous, spirituals person, all that stuff, but sometimes, yeah, I want to turn up, I want to smoke, I want to do this. Everybody have sex. You know what I mean? It's part of life. So I just want to see all that, especially the way hip hop is. Hip hop is from the streets. It's from our people. It's always reflected life, what we going through, the right now of things. So it needs to definitely show all aspects of that.
Because like back in the day, we had different females doing different things. We had Boss, and then we had, Nonchalant. We had Heather B. We had all these different, women doing different stuff, and it was cool, and everybody was cool with that. So it's like, I feel like I would have to fit in that box, you know what I mean, to get like the super shine. And it's like, I'm not about to be, stripping and taking off my clothes. So where did J fit in? You know what I'm saying? So the content, needs to be a little stronger in my opinion. Also, it's just like it's just a cookie cutter thing going on right now. Like you said, those little, themes they're in every song.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's why I never understood whenever that was. At this point, it's probably been like 2 years ago when Jermaine Dupri made that comment, had everybody pissed off talking about the stripper rap thing. I'm like, why are y'all so mad? Like he lying. Like,
right.
This is the real shit. This is what y'all doing.
It's facts.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you this because me and
whatever they got to do to get on. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you fine.
Yeah, so they just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Even if that's not they thing, they gonna just do it if they want to get on.
Yeah, how much is your soul worth?
Basically.
Yeah, but nah, me and Quest had a few conversations. We actually did an episode on this. This is actually something that I've always felt deeply about because, like we're saying now, women have always been able to vary themselves and do all kinds of different things on a daily basis. So many things that women have to deal with. And I'm just like, it's a wealth of topics that could be talked about. They could be turned into this. They could be turned into bangers. They could be turned into this. They could be turned into that. Because even even with guys, and even though there is drugs and violence and stuff like that, it's still stuff that other guys rap. They rap about fake friends. They rap about feeling this way and feeling that I feel crazy and I feel this and all kind of other stuff. And I'm like, I don't. What do you think it is that's keeping women? Obviously there's a money aspect to it, but Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, what do you think is stopping women of that caliber from doing those kinds of things, or being experimental like that with their music as far as content wise?
It's just money. It just come down to money, fame, and money. I mean, these record companies, they're only signing those type of chicks, and they're gonna, do what they got to do to get that spot. So that's why you see them, changing their bodies and changing who they are and speaking about the same stuff, because it's a cookie cutter formula that they need to do to get that bag and to get that fame and get them likes. So, we have other women talking about other things, but they're not they're not in the forefront, like a Meg or whoever else. So, to me, it just comes down to, what do you, like you said, what are you going to do? What are you going to sell your soul for, the money?
Yeah. Bottom line. And from
why else are you doing it? You telling me that they're passionate about being
yeah, nah, it ain't no passion in that.
Like, yeah. I can't honor that. That's not respectable. That's not upstanding. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going with that. I mean, you could have a ratchet song or whatever if you want to, but like every song, every image. I mean, I'm seeing, like you say, the roles being reversed. I'm seeing chicks in the video now with guns and whatnot, and it's just like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's that's crazy. That is crazy. But I would say this too, though. What do you think that I'll say in the next 20, 25 years, especially the rate that we going in society, do you think that there'll be an eventual shift away from that? Like, all right, we tired of talking about what you can do on a poll, and we tired of talking about how you can make me feel, and all right, we get all that. Yeah, you gonna put it down. What else? Kind of like how men and women. Do you think that there's gonna be a shift away from that, or do you think things are just gonna keep going the way that they always are have been?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like that until people get burnt out and get fed up and tired of it. But like all genres, it's ebbs and flows, and we go in and out of what's cool and what's not, and so it'll eventually go away, just like some of the trends back in the day came and went. Like, I thought I would never even see what I see today. Like, if you would have asked me back in the day if I would have thought this is where we would be today, as far as female MCs, I would have never imagined it being where it's at. So it's just a matter of time. It will eventually, you know what I mean? I wish it would change faster, but it will change, eventually. Yeah. Hopefully for the better, though, because the culture is getting pimped out. That's just the bottom line. The culture is being pimped. And so as long as we keep falling for it and, keep doing it, it's going to continue.
Absolutely.
Man, 1,000% agree. Because that's what it is. And we speak about it all the time, how we got to get to the point where it's no secret. Hip hop, black people, all that. Like, we are the cool, we are the culture of everything, but we just can't get to a position where we control it and can properly monetize and benefit off of it. You know what I mean? Even the ones that are in the position or have more of the money and the power and the relationships to take a stand and really try to control it, they don't want to. They don't want to ruffle too many feathers. They don't want to possibly fuck up a bag and shit like that. And
they know that closet gonna fly open.
Yeah.
As soon as they do that, closet gonna fly open for everybody.
Yep. Yeah. And then also, can we control our own culture? I mean, that would help, right?
And you can't even get everybody on the same page.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a multifaceted issue. It's too many moving parts almost.
Yeah, but it's gonna take us to change it. You know, we can't
Yeah,
wait
it's got to
for
be.
somebody else. It's gonna be us.
Got to
Yeah.
be.
Cause I get it. A lot of it is the age old saying that sex sells. And I can't lie. I mean, it does. But
Hmm.
once again, how come we can't have a beautiful slash sexy woman that's still rapping or speaking on all facets of life? She can make some of them ratchet sexual songs, but then just speak on some other shit as well. We can put together the full package and still present balance. It's just like motherfuckers just choose not to. It's
Exactly. Like,
yeah,
why can't intelligence sell? I mean, we had PE and people like that. Like that was selling.
yeah,
I mean, like so.
yeah. Yeah, back in the day, we did an episode about that too. It was the balance was truly represented. Like you said, we had Public Enemy, we had X Clan, but then we had Too Short and NWA. It's
Exactly.
like
It all
that's
existed.
yeah. It was cool that they would go on tour together. NWA then went on tour with Public Enemy. That's two different.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Yep.
yeah, hopefully we'll get there, and
Yeah.
especially from a male perspective to keep it real, like I feel like a lot of this stripper rap, sex rap, and all that stuff. It's obviously it's women listening to it. I feel like the main market for it is like women and then like gay guys. Cause like personally, like myself, I'm not rolling in the whip,
Yeah, at
Right.
all.
bumping no. Oh, I got the wettest. I can't vibe to
Yeah,
that shit.
Thank you for
yeah, at
saying.
all.
I really was wondering that. I'm like,
No,
the
no,
audience,
not at all.
like I just can't see it. Like I just can't see it because especially like the groups and the music that we're speaking on, and then listening to that, like I'm like I just so I'm like it has to be women or this is a hoax. Something is up.
Yeah,
No, because no, I can tell you just off of it being an action. Like some of the guys when I kicked it with some of my guys in the past year, 2 or 3 years, we don't no, we ain't listening to that. Ain't nobody, and even if we do, somebody say, oh yeah, cut that on, it's a joke. We playing with each other. You don't really turn that shit on, but
Right.
turn that shit on. You know what I'm saying? But and if we are playing it's probably because we had a kickback or a get together something, and there is some young ladies there, and I'm like, okay, and we'll be like, all right, they might enjoy that, so let's play it for them, so they
Right.
can get something out of it, because they don't want to just sit up and listen to our music and all the rough and tough shit that we talking about all day every day, which I get. So to make things easier and cooler for them, we'll do that. But yeah, I haven't been around no guys who is actual guys, and I'm like, yeah, like, I want to listen to some Megan Thee Stallion. Ain't no guy, hey, bro, you heard that new Megan Thee Stallion? Like
right.
nobody's doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not no guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I don't know how they do it other parts of the country, whatever. But yeah, where I'm at, in Ohio right now, we not doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, it's something, has shifted because you were able to listen to Queen Latifah and MC Light and, all the greats, that were women and Bahamadia and you could bump that, you know what I mean? So like, why now can't you bump like women, like what, like the Lauryn Hills and you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's definitely been a shift.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like when I'm really wanna the only like right now in the past few years, the only woman MCs that I really like will bump in the ride or bump around the house is Rhapsody. That's my girl. Like I love everything she does. I've met her. I actually interviewed her. Super cool, down to earth, just
Mm-hmm.
real as hell.
Yep.
I go back to Jean Grey, listen to her shit.
Yep.
It's another chick. I think is she from Buffalo? I know she's from New York. Shay Noor.
Yeah, she's good. I like her.
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
hard. Like people like that. That's what
Yeah,
what I'm saying, as far as female MCs, that's what I will actually listen to a full body of work and enjoy that shit. So
exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So moving on, now I'll say this before I get into it. Like I hate, especially with social media culture. I do hate when people, some new music come out, and in the same day or the next day they're like, "Oh, it's a classic," and this, oh my god, it's like you
Yeah,
have
they do
to,
this.
yeah, you're actually going against what the true definition of what classic means. It's in the main thing in the definition of classic is time. Like you got to live with it, you got to grow with it, and all that stuff.
Yep.
Um, but I'm gonna be a little bit of a hypocrite because so your new project or your latest project, the High Priestess. So I haven't lived with it a long time, but it's, to me it is right in that category. It's in that classic feeling sounding category. Like I'm listening to it, I'm like, this shit is like, it's everything. It got all the ingredients of a classic. The content, the subject matter, beats are stupid. Just, yeah, I'm definitely
Thank you. No, that means a lot. That means a lot. Seriously. Thank you so much.
yeah, like I can tell, like what you were saying earlier. It's kind of like when you release your projects, it's more about quantity over quality over quantity. I can
Yeah.
definitely hear that in your music. So
Yeah.
speaking on the High Priestess, Mami Water. So tell us about that. Tell us, the ones that don't know. Tell us, what does that mean? The meaning behind it. Just speak on that whole, you know.
Okay, yeah. So Mami Water, it's just kind of like my homage, or it's like it's just like a song about a Orisha of the ocean, Mami Water, sometimes known as Yemaya, who she governs the ocean. We are her children. She's the mother, goddess. And so I'm just basically paying homage to her and respect for life. Like, again, I'm an earth sign, and I just, just was trying to tap into my like spirituality and my feminine nature, and just to kind of pump that up, more. And, because like I said, I see the roles kind of shifting and changing, and it's like, let's be women, you know what I'm saying, out here.
Right.
So, that's just kind of like my ode to my ancestors and my African pride and the Orishas.
Okay. Okay. Cause yeah, you put me on. When I heard it, I was all on Google, like, what is this? What does this mean?
Yeah,
And let me ask you this: did you? Well, obviously, you've made the song a while back, but the timing with you releasing the visual for it and all that stuff, did it have anything to do with all this bullshit going on now? How these people are attacking uh Chloe, I mean Haley Bailey, about this little because that's the first thing that came to my mind. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I didn't say that too. Yeah, she's also known as a mermaid. Yeah, so you right spot on with that. And actually, that's a coincidence, because I released that before like that kind of got known or whatever. So it
Mm-hmm.
just so happens that that's going on around the same time. Yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting though. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought whether it was intentional or not, I just thought that was so fitting. I was like, yeah, put these white folks on to some shit they
yeah,
don't know about. Like yeah,
yeah. She's black. Come on.
exactly. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. And shout out to Neek on the beat.
yeah,
That beat is just like
yeah.
I had to. So that's one of them songs. When I first heard it, I had to like listen to it at least 2 to 3 times before I could even really get to your words, because I'm just
Yeah,
taking in the beat. Like, what is happening? What is going on with this beat? That beat is
yeah.
crazy. But
It's
shout
like
out
it
to,
kind of puts me in a trance almost.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yes.
very transcendental. Yeah, and so then he got the bass player on it, that took it up a notch, and then my homegirl Cher J, she just hit it off with the singing and just the call and response and stuff. So it came together beautifully, and then we shot a beautiful video for it. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but yeah, it it was like an awesome experience.
It looked like it was an awesome experience. Yeah, the video is beautiful. It really is.
Thank
Yeah, the
you.
video is beautiful. Yeah, matter of fact, so Neek is actually gonna be on the show too in like the next I think like 2 weeks or so. He's gonna be on
Oh,
here as well.
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. So speaking on Neek, um, speak about how did y'all meet? How did y'all vibe? Speak on y'all relationship because listening to your music and all the work y'all have done, y'all like on some Dre and Snoop type shit with y'all chemistry. It's just like when I listen to the shit he's done and you, it's just y'all vibe is great.
Yeah, so I've known of Neek. We at like in the very beginning, we just like, would see each other every now and then at shows or whatever. And then he reached out to me to actually feature on his album, Quest Bar, and we did a song called Do It for Love. And so after doing that song, he just let me know like, yo, like I'm very fond of you. I would love to work with you. I'm here. Like I got beats. Like let's get it. And he's just a very like he's super cool, super genuine. I wanted to work with somebody, here in Chicago. I didn't really want to do the long distance thing. I wanted to attack this project like with somebody in person, be consistent, like let's set a day and a time and just like knock things out. And so that's exactly what we did. We started to just get up once a week and like go listen to records. He would make the beat on the spot, and then I would like, marinate on it, come back, record, and then we just kept that up until we had enough joints to like put a project together. Because at the very beginning, I was just kind of like, getting back into the habit of, doing music. And so we didn't really know what it was going to become, but it actually, became an album. So that's how that went.
Okay, cool. So doing my research on you a little bit, um, it was saying how you had been touring internationally and just really doing your thing with that. So how was that? Because personally, your boy, I have never been out the country. I've traveled, done my thing here and there. Obviously, I'm gonna get to that point. But tell us a little bit about that. How was it touring internationally? Kind of like where did you go? When was that? What was the whole vibe and experience like?
Yeah. So tour first of all, just traveling internationally is awesome, but also being able to tour and perform is like the icing on the cake, right? So my first experience was I got invited to a world social forum in Brazil, in Porto
Mm,
Alegre, in the south of Brazil. And I performed there. We stayed like a week. It was like a group of us. It was like me, Cap D from All Natural, Rashawn Ahmad, Gift of Gab, rest in peace. He was there. So it was like maybe 7 of us from the States. They got a chance to go over there and perform. And then also I've been to Europe. I performed extensively in France with a group called C2C. They're actually from France. It's 4 guys. They're actually turntablists, super cold. But then they kind of got into like electro pop and, just some different sounds. But, they're still definitely hip hop. And so they asked me to feature on their album. And so I did a couple joints with them. And so after doing like some solo, like mini tours by myself, again, just like meeting people. I met C2C. They came to one of my shows and they asked me, to do some songs and then eventually asked me to tour with them. And so we hit all, different all cities. And I went to Belgium and Switzerland and whatnot, met Run DMC backstage and like just
mm.
incredible experiences from traveling and being able to tour. And nothing has really topped that. Like that was like the pinnacle of like what I have ever experienced. And now I wasn't really like, I don't think I was necessarily, striving for that so much. It just kind of happened naturally. I mean, I knew that would be cool, but it kind of just like happened. It wasn't like I had a manager and we were like, you know, reaching out and all this and that. It's just natural relationship building. And, you know, I will always cherish that time and, you know, those shows and those experiences. So, yeah, that was like maybe between 2010 and 2013.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing I've noticed. Like personally myself and working with other artists and looking at analytics and stuff like that, the quote unquote real shit in hip hop, it's more appreciated in other countries. It just really is. And
It
that's
is.
sad, but
It
it's true.
is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you feel it. I mean, just a normal show. It's just the energy, the vibe is just way different. You know, I don't, maybe now it's oversaturated, but like back in the day, it wasn't as saturated as like, you know, in the States. Because like here we take it for granted. We're like, oh, I can go see them, you know, when they come next time or whatever. But for them, it's like they have to like, you know, act on that opportunity when those artists that they love come to their city. Because that's rare. I mean, like you just in some random French country, you know, countryside, like that's random. So like they appreciate it.
Okay.
What's your
Nice.
favorite place that you traveled internationally thus far?
I really enjoy Paris. I know that's like kind of basic or whatever, but like I really enjoy Paris. Um, and just because like outside of, you know, the shows and stuff, I got to explore. Like I went to all the museums and like, you know, soaked up some culture and history and, you know, ate some food and different things. And so it's just they just have a really rich culture that I like. And when I was like younger, I used to like take French as an elective, and so I
Yeah.
always back in the back of my mind was like, I'm gonna go to France one day and like drink wine and eat the baguette. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And
Okay.
shit, don't downplay it. It ain't basic shit. Me,
Right. I'm like, Paris is
I ain't
Paris
been
for a reason. Yeah.
Right. It is
Let me
though.
offer me a chance to go to Paris. I'm taking it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's dope. It's real dope.
definitely. It's hard to just 100% make a living off the music itself. You know what I'm saying? Most artists these days, they got multiple streams of income because unfortunately we don't buy music no more. We stream it and all that. So once again, in my research of you, it was, you know, talking a little bit about like you've done some modeling, a little acting, said you had some kind of partnership or something with Skull Candy. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Speak on all that.
Okay, so yeah, financially, rap has never paid the bills. Let's just keep it real. You know, I receive royalties and like one-off, you know, payments and whatnot like that. So like that's helpful. That's an add-on for sure, but it's never been like the basis of my finances. So let's be clear. I'm not even putting out that much music for it to be anyway. That would be like delusional of me to think that. But yeah, so I worked all the retail jobs, you know, you can think of growing up. I modeled, I did that ad with Skull Candy, and they featured me actually in some magazines. I got like a Nylon Fader, The Source had like some little advertisements of me in there. And then the biggest accomplishment out of that was that I got on the NASDAQ Jumbotron in Times Square. They had my face on the Jumbotron before like you know, memes and you know, you could just digitally alter the photo. Like this was legit, like real, my face up there. I didn't get to go there like in person. Unfortunately, it was like a short time it was up and I got notified at the last minute, but I got pictures and you know, like video of it, and it was incredible. But then also I'm an herbalist. I'm very into health and wellness. I'm also like a yoga instructor, things of that nature, Reiki practitioner. So that's like my next passion is like health and wellness.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's major to make it on that jumbotron in Times Square. That's major.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's big time for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So Georgia Ann Muldrow, she is amazing to me. Super dope. did you like work with her, or you just did a show with her, or what was that?
So Georgia, like everybody else, her biggest fan, like I love her work. I was hip to her. And I want to say that I met her like at a show, like backstage. Like I went to like one of her shows and met her that way. And then like we just bonded pretty much immediately. And then we just kind of like stayed in touch, here and there. Every time she would come to Chicago, I would, just, go support. And then down the line, eventually I just reached out to see if she would be interested to do a song on Black Koala, which is Rashawn Ahmad and I's project. And she was down. So we did that song together. But she's just like, a dear friend of mine. We've, talked on the phone, hung out together before. I'm just very, very, very in love with her music and her vibe. So I was honored, for her to work with me.
Yeah, she is super dope. Like super slept on. Whenever, no, I ain't gonna say all the time, but a lot of conversations I have about music and stuff like that, and I mention her name, motherfuckers don't be knowing who she is. I'm like, she is.
Woo, she's a
Super
beast.
dope.
You better get up,
A
man.
true talent. Yes.
Man.
Yeah. What are you listening to right now, music wise?
Man, I'm plugged into Spotify, right? And a lot of times I listen to like the weekly, radar, like just new music I haven't heard of, or like I have all these playlists. Like I've gotten to the point where I'm just broadening my listening palette. Like it's tons of groups and artists whose names I just don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. But I listen to the typical people. Like I was like loving the Pusha T, and like I just listened to like the Rock Marciano, and I tried to listen to the Black Thought project. I think I just listened to the new Lupe. What else? I love my hardcore. Like I love MOP. Like I'll just be listening to like AZ or Diamond D or like Showbiz AG. Like I'm all over the place. But then I'll be listening to like Bjork or Santi Gold or like like my palette is crazy. But I'm a hip hop head at the core, and then I got my little jazz channel, and like it's just kind of all over the place.
Okay. Yeah,
I have fun over there. I have fun with all that because the jazz, it don't get no better than the jazz.
Right. It's just
I don't know. People sleep on the jazz. I be listening to jazz, and people be trying to call me some kind of old man or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I put the jazz on. They're like, yeah, you want a coffee in the newspaper too, old nigga? So,
it's intelligent music. It sparks.
It is.
I don't need words all the time.
It's just so easy. It's just so I don't know. It just fit anything. So I don't know what people's problem is, but they uncultured. So I can't speak for them.
Right. I mean, you got to know jazz to know hip hop, right? I mean, that's
that's the problem. They don't even know that aspect of it. What goes into it. So, but real people don't got to speak on that. We on this platform, so we don't have to speak on that because we already know.
Right. It's funny. My songs were played for like some elementary kids, students or whatever, and they were like, "What is this? Blues? Is this jazz?"
Hell no.
What?
Damn.
I couldn't even be mad though. I was like, well, at least y'all know where I'm coming from though.
Right. I'm like, well,
exactly, but there's some elements. Like, let's be clear, there's some elements. So like kudos for you to know for knowing that. But
right.
that is so like I'm so old school to like the young kids now. It's funny. You just gotta laugh at it.
Yeah. That's hilarious. They say this is blues.
I'm like, you still even know what blues is in the 21st century? Like,
But I get it, because to some elementary kids, their experience and introduction to hip hop is what's been going on the last 10 years.
10 years, right.
So to them, yes, somebody with your music with that stuff, yeah, it is blues to them. Shit, it's yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, higher level. Shit, yeah.
Right.
So, what is your overall? What is Rita J's message to the world when it comes to your music?
I just speak from the heart. I hope and pray that I can inspire others to do what it is that they need to do, their art. Like I say, I just really want to be respected for my pen. I don't have to be like rich or famous from it. I just really want to be amongst the greats. I want to be respected. I want to contribute. I want to make it better. I want to make people want to listen to, hip hop. And so I just take the culture seriously. I have a lot of integrity, and I just want people to know that I'm pushing a positive message and a positive image, unlike a lot of new cats.
I love it. I love it definitely. Because that's what it's about, man. It's to a certain extent, like we was talking about earlier with the messaging and all that stuff. And I think a part of it that bothers me is I know women that will listen to some of this highly sexual music with a daughter, they young daughter, and
Yeah.
they both be turning up to it and all this stuff. I'm like, is this the message and the image you want to push to your little girl for real?
No.
Like,
And real quick too, Miss Rita, I wanted you to speak on that too. I heard this a lot from a lot of female artists who are in that sexual category of music or putting that type of stuff out, and they don't feel. I can't say all of them, but there have been some where they don't feel like it's their responsibility to, or they don't have a responsibility for the music that they're putting out, or the influence that it might have, or the impact that it might have. If you could elaborate on that mode of thinking, and do you believe that there is some validity to that? Is it all cap, or is there some kind of to the middle to it?
I think that's terrible because you are gifted with your gift, and you're given a platform to share that gift. So why would you want to send people off with it? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're lying to yourself if you think that that's empowering. Like, where's your daddy at? You need to find your daddy, because no, that is not what's hot. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a cop out, by saying it's not my responsibility. It is your responsibility. It's like that, like, it takes a village, right? If you see a child, doing wrong, you want to correct that child. It doesn't matter if you're that child's parent or not. But see, in today's times, it's like that doesn't fly. It's like, oh, don't talk to my son like that, or who you think you are. It's out of control. It's like everybody is selfish, and just everything is individualized. So I think that's a cop out, and I think that's horrible to just put out whatever you want to and just leave it in, whoever's hands to take it and get sent off, basically.
yeah,
I appreciate you for letting me know that I'm not crazy.
Right. No, we need to have this dialogue too, because I ask these questions myself. I'm like, yo, like, am I like what's going on? Like, because everybody else seemed to be like, over there thinking that's cool, and it's just like it's not.
yeah. No, you're not alone. I question shit all the time. Like, I pride myself in being a hip hop connoisseur. I'm also I be feeling like I'm the most open minded person when it comes to just the spectrum of rap as a whole. Cause I'm not like one of the older guys that just because it's some younger music or a different sound, I just shut the shit down and don't try to have an open mind and listen to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and I'm not gonna like all of it, and I get it, but
Right.
I can listen to whatever as long as it's dope, because
Right.
at the same time, just because you young and you trying to do something different with a different sound, if it's whack, it's whack. It just
Of
is what it is.
course.
You
Of
know what I
course.
mean? I'm gonna say that shit. If it's
Of course.
garbage, it's garbage. It's just
Yes.
like I hate when they try to put it. Well, no, you just older, so you don't understand it, and this is
Right.
this.
Right.
No, I know the foundation of hip hop and the foundation of rap, and I've seen all the generations of it and all that. So I know what it's supposed to. So no matter what the message is or whatever, I know what it's supposed to kind of look like and represent and sound like. You know,
Exactly. And
right?
it should be gatekeepers out here. I mean, who gonna speak up? Like you got people like DJ Academics and just people talking reckless. And if we just let the young generation just, trash everything that we've done, I mean, like what is that, doing? So like, no, we have to speak up. We have to, put boundaries on things. You can be whoever you want to be, but I mean, like you said, if it's whack, it's whack.
Yeah, yeah. Bottom line, they and a lot of people have been speaking on that lately. Like some people will say the rap game is better because it's not any quote unquote gatekeepers anymore because of the internet. You can record whatever, put out whatever you want to the whole world without anybody saying nothing or no kind of standards or anything like that. But I'm one of those people that I agree it was better when it was quote unquote gatekeepers and you just couldn't go in your room and record some shit and put it out to the world
Oh
because
no.
with everything with at the end of the day, art as a whole, whatever it is, the medium is, it's all subjective, and I get that. But it's still it's good music, it's bad music, it's garbage ass movies, and it's good movies. It's
Right.
just is what it is, and I feel it was better when it was gatekeepers, where you wasn't even getting to the A&R or the radio or nothing if your shit didn't present itself or have some kind of quality to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It
I
was
would just put it like this. I would just put it like this. Imagine if the NBA or NFL just let any nigga who play football or basketball into the NFL or the NBA.
Exactly.
I mean, that shit wouldn't even be worth watching after a while. I'm like, okay, I'm turning this weak shit off.
Exactly.
Because who are all these weak ass? What happened to the level of play?
Right.
The level of play
Where's
would
the
the
bar?
level of play would go down because
Yes.
you ain't got no gatekeeper, you ain't got nobody, you ain't got no schools, you ain't got no division 1, 2, 3. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nobody telling nigga you suck. Nigga,
Right.
you need to be back here on the back of the bench. Nigga, you need to start. Just let anybody come in and do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. Because I just decide I want to play football. No, come on
Right.
now.
Right.
So yeah, definitely 1000% agree with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know my sports analogies. I tie in my sports analogies with hip hop all the time. Like one of what you just said, Vaughn, and then like a lot of people now they say that the sound of rap is evolving and they add different elements and all that stuff. And I'm not against that, but to me, I think when you try to, like, for example, because I'm the kind, when the new music comes out on Friday, I'm on Tidal, I'm on Apple Music, I'm listening to everything, and I go to the hip hop rap section first, and some of the stuff that's on there, I'm like, this ain't hip hop, this ain't rap. I'm like, you can't. Okay, he's singing, he's yodeling,
Right.
he's doing
Right.
this. This is not rap. Like, it's just
Right. No,
not.
it's not. And like, let's stop calling it that, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
it's not that, like maybe it's time to just define a new genre. That's okay. It
yeah.
comes from hip hop, possibly, but it's not hip hop because there are elements, there are like boundaries and rules to this shit. Like, it's not just any old damn thing because you black, it's hip hop. Like,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I had an interview with someone. They was actually interviewing me, and we was talking about that, like the change in sounds and all that. And I used my sports analogy, and I used like basketball. I'm like, basketball has been around. I don't know how long. It's been around for years, forever. The game, the foundation of the game has been 5 men on each team. It's the court. You score when you put the ball in the basket. Now, through the years, yes, the game has evolved. It's changed. They've changed some of the rules. People have elevated their plays, they playing style, different moves, and different things like that. But the foundation of it
Mm-hmm.
is the same. You still got to dribble the ball down the thing, make it through these people, and score, put the ball in the hoop. And I was like, you can't just be on the court and just like throw the ball up in the air and be like, oh yeah, I'm changing the game. I'm doing something different. No, nigga, the
Right.
foundation of basketball is you still got to put the ball in the fucking hoop to score.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that's how I feel about rap. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
You still, even if you want to be different and try
Right.
different styles and all that stuff, it's still a foundation to the sound of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. But again, it's like who's in charge? Who's gonna say that's incorrect or that's, you know what I mean? Like we have to speak up, because if we'll look up and it'll be just totally just not us anymore. You know what I mean? And it'll be like, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to speak up. Like it's all kind of imposters. I keep seeing documentaries and listening to interviews of people who they weren't even like rappers. They were like trappers or whatever, and they got turned into rappers. You know what I mean?
Oh
It's
yeah.
a difference from coming from a background of like, no, I've been doing this, and having a backstory, not just like overnight, oh, I'm just like a rapper now.
Yeah, we
Oh
talk
yeah.
about that all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
you can't just be. That was always one of my big ass pet peeves on some of these dudes. I'm like, nigga, you. It's clear. I don't know if other niggas can see it, but it's clear to me that you clearly look at this shit as some kind of get rich quick scheme or
Yep.
some kind of, I can just use this as a hustle. This
Yeah.
is just a hustle to you. It's not no something. Let me come in here and craft some shit and make some shit that's gonna last. Let me do something that people's
Exactly.
gonna hear. They just doing something. Oh, I see other niggas doing this. I
Yep.
see other niggas with the money phone to the ear. I
Yep.
want to do that shit too. So let
Yep.
me go on and do it.
Yep. And they doing it for the clout, right? I
Yep,
mean,
they do anything for that. It's a hell
social
of a drug,
media is lit now. It's like that's really the main reason why they're doing it.
and it's like you don't even want to rap. And what did we just say? So you don't even want to rap. You just want the damn lifestyle associated
Yeah.
with the damn rap.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Which
It's
is
just
fake and
weird.
phony anyway. Like
Yeah, it's
we know
weird.
once you get to the core, that's not what it is.
Right,
Like that's something else then. You want to do something else, but
right.
that ain't what that is. No. I mean, our greats, even they weren't even making that kind of money back then.
They had to earn that shit.
Right.
If they gonna live that rapper lifestyle, a lot of the niggas who been in the game for years, they didn't earn that. If they really live in that life, they didn't earn
Yeah.
it. Shit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But Rita, like you said, it's just gonna take for people like us, people like this platform that we have to really speak out and speak up. And then on top of that, the rich black quote unquote hip hop people that are already in the game and got the money and got the influence, they're going to have to speak up as well and stop being scared of these rich, powerful white men that really run our culture.
Yes.
If we all stop making music today, if we all dropped out of the NBA, the NFL today, what the fuck they gonna
Woo!
do? Come
Yeah.
on,
And
like,
I'm like, y'all already got the money. What they gonna take the money back? They didn't already gave you.
Exactly.
Like shit.
yeah,
Do
Yeah,
something. Come
we
on now.
have the power, we have the power for sure.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Cause like with artists now, um, it's all about the internet. It's all about the internet, the algorithms, all that stuff.
Yep.
Where you have media companies now that are signing artists. They're not
Yeah.
even a fucking music company.
No.
They're media or internet companies signing artists because that's pretty much the formula now.
Mm-hmm.
The music and the rapping, that's the last thing on the list. They
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we're gonna get you to look like this. You popping on social media, you got this many followers. Okay, just put out some music because you got this many
Right.
followers, you're just gonna blow up. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
the formula.
Yeah, I just read a quote about that, and it was like saying how it's more about the celebrity aspect, versus like the actual music, the actual product. It's like you are the product.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
influencer lifestyle. It's just
Yeah, as
about being
long as you
influencing.
have that first part, anything you put out, like it's it just don't even matter. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. What can we expect next from you? What you got going on? What can we expect?
So I'm working on some vinyl for the High Priestess. Really want to get some vinyl, and then working on just a live performance because it's been a minute. I haven't really performed any solo shows in a minute, so I want to, just get back into that and have a little fun and celebrate the album because with the whole pandemic, it was kind of like that was just a whole challenge in itself. So it's like, man, I just want to, be able to celebrate it, and maybe I might shoot like one more video. I got one more in the chamber, and might shoot like one more, and then just see what other opportunities arise. Like I just recently performed for the Chicago soccer team recently, so that was pretty cool. But just different things come up outside of just like the normal like performances and photos and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely been a treat to have you on the show today. I mean, once again, we are highly impressed with your music. You are beautiful inside and out. We love. I'm feeling the Virgo vibes,
Yeah.
definitely all day. Appreciate that all day.
Cool. I have a quick question. How did you both discover my music and like when?
So I discovered it through actually through Neek's page.
Okay.
He had I think it was on Instagram. He had posted one of the songs, and then it just instantly drew me in, and then from there I'm like, yeah, let me do my research, and then I found your project, The High Priestess, and it's been in my rotation, and then from there I went and saw the other two projects you spoke on, and then I went to the YouTube. Oh, and yeah, I went to the YouTube last and just was looking at all the visuals through the years. And you've had some dope ass visuals, like
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, because I'm working on a small budget.
Right. but see, it's the
creativity.
there you go.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how I got
And then
onto it, and then I kind of put Vaughn on.
yeah, he's my mentor. He's always been my musical mentor. And has been somebody he's pretty much the reason why I am today with music. And he put me on to it. So pretty much with most music, I don't agree with every single thing he do, but I want to say like a good like 85-90% of what if he tell me something that I don't already know about, yeah, his word is pretty much law for the most part on the music. So I can trust his word when he tell me, yeah, you need to listen to this or you need to check this out. So it pretty much went from there.
I'm cocky with my shit. When I say some shit is fire, it's fire.
Right,
Bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he not lying. He ain't lying.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's always just awesome to know. Like I have, people listening from all around the world, so it's just cool to like, know how and people got hip.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, it's been great having you here. Like I said, you are first female MC guest. So this is gonna be a special episode.
Barrier has been broken.
Yes.
Yeah. But definitely, y'all, without a doubt, Rita J, y'all need to get familiar with her. Her project High Priestess. I like I said, I hate to do that, but once again, I'm calling it I'll say it's a classic in the making because I'm telling you, I'm fucking with it heavy from top to bottom. I'm loving it. So y'all check that out and just get familiar with her, man. Y'all want to hear some good music, some music with some entertainment value, with some substance, with some real bars. Check her out and you will not be disappointed. And Rita, let them know before we get out here, where can they find you on social media?
So you can go to ritajmusic.com, and that's my website. It has everything you need to know, even has merch and just videos and everything. So, yep.
Okay, dope.
Yep.
So, man, it's been another episode of Quest Convo, where we talk the culture because we are the culture. And I am your favorite hip hop connoisseur, Drew Soulquest.
And it's the big dog once again signing off, Von Schuler.
Oh, yeah. And we are out. And don't forget, check us out every Friday at 11 a.m. We drop new episodes all across the board. Culture73.com, on YouTube at Culture73. And then also you can listen to the audio on Spotify podcasts and on Apple Podcasts at Quest Convo. So we are out. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.